Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D. This is going to be my predictions for India. So this is what so I do have my notes and what I've been getting for India. I don't know much about India, the economy. I don't know much about the country itself. We don't really hear a lot about India. We only hear stuff that's going to make the whole world scared, like when they had about the COVID last year, and then it just got better. Okay, but we didn't hear that when it got better. All right, so what I was getting, so some of the things it was very symbolic that I was getting, and I don't know potentially what some of the symbols could mean. But I kept on seeing like a big snake or big serpent coming in, and they were eating people. So, and I know this is like more of a symbolic thing. I doubt there's going to be a big snake that's going to come and eat people in India. But my friend was trying to think of or look up a country that perhaps a snake is like, because I know Russia's like a bear and dragons China, we're a kangaroo in Australia, eagle for America. So I don't know what snake represents. Could be that there's another country that their friend could turn on them perhaps, but but I just saw, I didn't see, it didn't look good. I also see like that there's going to be like natural disasters, like I still like flooding, but also earthquakes. I feel like there could be a beast, like a decent, like a size earthquake could happen in India as well. I feel like that there's going to be like perhaps like the leader may change in July. I got 2023, but then today when I looked up the leader there, that she's actually got in power of June. Where is it that I saw it? See here, she got in power July this year, but I got something about the leadership, or the leader's going to change July next year. So I don't know whether or not I'm getting mixed up with the years, so I don't really know much about India. But today I looked up their leader, the president. I got here that people are going to want to stand for freedom and respect. We got here that, or their new leader will also stand for freedom and respect. I've also got that Bollywood, so it will become more mainstream. So the movies that they make in Bollywood probably going to become more mainstream. I got that I got that they will be involved in like a war, like the war that I'm seeing, that they will it will change their view on things with this war. It will change India like dramatically on how they see the world and how they view things around the world. And I got that there will be peace and harmony, like after this, but there will be peace and harmony there. Now, when I came to that BRICS, I got that I just got that because they want to bring in that. They want to bring in a universal. I still feel like that the universal currency will happen around the world. So I don't know if these BRICS things will take off. I do feel like it will disintegrate. Like when I kept on seeing about these BRICS, it's like I kept on seeing sand, like when you build those sand statues and then it disintegrates, or sands through an hourglass. So I feel like it's going to kind of disintegrate these BRICS, but I feel like universally there is going to be another to do with finances, like a dollar worldwide, like a universal dollar. It's going to come, and I do feel like there's going to be like new money is going to be coming out as well. And I feel like with this whole BRICS thing, I kind of feel like that they won't get along. I kind of feel like that it's like with India, they're on the fence. It's like they're on the fence, but I feel like they could turn it's like they're seeing what's going on and they could turn at any time, because I feel like that what I do know is that they have put themselves in a pretty good spot. Not only have they joined these BRICS things with China and Russia and some other countries around the world, but then they've also signed a treaty with Australia. They're in I forget what it's called now. It's an alliance with Australia against China. So they're playing two sides of the fence. They're playing like devil advocate, like they're playing defense, I feel like. And I feel like that China actually want to come in and mine India. So I feel like China want to come in and set up mines in India. And I feel like they want to strip the country bare. So I feel like that's where China's goal is for India, coming in here. And that when they do that, I feel like that's where the friendship's going to turn with these BRICS things. When China reveal their plan or try and make their mark, is when this relationship is going to change and sour. I feel like that everything will appear normal until July 2023, and then it's going to turn for the worst. So I feel like it's going to appear okay over there until next year, in July next year, and then it's going to be a change for the worst. I feel like that, I said that ending playing both sides. I feel like the Dalai Lama, so will want more peace and harmony, but there will be forces working against him. He will be trapped against his will. So I did see him to be kind of trapped. I felt like, and I saw a building that's going to be like falling to the ground, like a big building, and it's going to be quite disastrous, this like building falling. I don't know what causes it, but I just see a building falling to the ground. A lot of like dust and sand going everywhere too. I also feel like that the hygiene standards are going to stabilize and go up. There's something about, I feel like by December, and there's talk of hygiene standards going up too in there. I feel like that there's something, I can't think Bill Gates, so I feel like there's going to be legal action, or Bill Gates may come and try and put, and it's to do with vaccines. I don't know whether it's the COVID ones or other vaccines, but it's like Bill Gates is going to push something, and the new Prime Minister is going to push him out, but I see could go into legal action with that. And I do feel like their economy is not safe either. I do feel like it's going to go down. Like the rest of the world, it's like they've got a false thing. It's like the rug's going to be pulled underneath them, because they're in a game of cat and mouse at the moment that is really going to see them fall. They're playing two sides, so I feel like they'll go either way when things like turn out. But I feel like also over there's going to be this is to do with their sewer system, like an upgrade in their sewer system. I feel like around February next year there's going to be some sort of upgrade to that. So I feel like they're focusing on the hygiene and people living longer. I feel like there is a thing about I know cows are a big thing, but protecting the cows as well. I feel like that it's going to become interesting times ahead for India. The people are demanding an outcry for a leader who is strong and who can clean up the mess. And I do feel like this new one that's coming in, so I don't know what I was getting before, if I got the years wrong, because she did come in July this year. I just found that out today, and I'm filming this on the 30th of September. So with this lady, I do feel like she's there to clean things up. I don't feel like she trusts China completely and is really unsure about China. There is lies and deception here with her, but I feel like she's quite a strong person. And as I said, I just feel like there's something about hiding to the last minute. When I look at her chart, so in India they do more of the Vedic astrology, so I do Western astrology. So I don't know, I think the time was like midnight or 0. I don't know whether or not that's actual her time of birth or not. I don't know. So I could just put a little bit in my chart system in astro.com. So in Western astrology, she is a Gemini, so she would be she's got a Leo moon, so actually a good leader. She'd be very good at networking. She'd be very good at social, like natural networker, building up the networks, being very social butterfly, can talk about anything, into anyone. Probably likes young people, young and youthful herself. Fun. Usually Geminis are quite fun, spontaneous person. She's actually, I think Trump, he's a Gemini, and I think he has a Leo rising, I think. So Geminis are quite fun people. They've got a lot of energy with them, and with that fire behind them, she would have a big heart. She would be caring about family, but she would also have an ego about her too. So with her, it's about praising her up. As soon as she starts saying negative things about her, she ain't gonna like that. And what I can see is that at the moment, with this year especially, for the next couple of months, there is going to be a problem with a really painful issue coming up for her. So there's going to be some problems there with an issue that's going to cause like emotional pain, but it's a problem. So this issue is going to get worse for her. But I can see coming up into next year, in the first few months, she's going to feel more confident about herself. She will feel more confident in her ability to lead. She's a leader. She's also has a temper, this woman, so she can get quite angry, and she does think about like family, so nurturing there too. But she would have a temper. I wouldn't want to get her mad. There's going to be some unexpected, if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen soon, but something unexpected to do with either relationships or money with her too. It could be how she got into power. Maybe it was very unexpected of her getting into power. I don't know. She's also got, she probably feels a lot of coming up with this retrograde is probably going to affect her because of the Mars retrograde. It's probably going to affect her, and it happens at the end of October. But I feel like when I tune into this woman, I feel like she does have a passion, and she is caring for others, and she does want to clean up India, and she does want to make India a better place. But I feel like there's forces around her who want to cause her, say like harm, but cause her to fall. Like there's like the rug is being pulled from underneath her. She's on a tightrope. Like things are really like, it's like she doesn't want to make the wrong moves. Like she's walking on eggshells too. I feel like when we're looking at international things, I kind of feel like she wants to break away from the BRICS thing. I feel like she's realizing that they can't be they're in conflicting alliances here, and they're a small country. They don't have the political push. Not interested in the carbon, like the carbon things. I feel like there's really a big interest in the whole net zero thing with them, and I feel like they can't do it anyway. But there is an aspect of wanting to clean up the city, clean up India, and I feel like she does want to make it more of a tourist destination where people can go. Like I see like bright flowers being put around. She does want things to be nice and set up, and I feel like she wants tourism to come out, like people who want to go and see, like I guess I bring it about their culture, like people want to go and see the pyramids. So to do with the ancient Egyptians, I feel like, I don't know if there's pyramids in India or not, but I feel like there's something about tourism or bringing back old traditions, or people to have an interest in the old ways of what the Indians used to do back in the day. I feel like that she's good, but she might be too good for the political powers to be, because I feel like she doesn't like playing mind games, and she doesn't want to be a part of the World Economic Forum. I feel like there's just powers around her that aren't great for her. And I feel like India as a nation, it's like they're playing the field, and it's a little bit of a dangerous game of cat and mouse that they are playing with certain countries. But I just feel like when I look at that BRICS thing, I just feel like that when the friendship's going to turn with this. But I feel like, so I feel like if I need to go to China, I feel like I need to do a prediction with China, because I feel like they're behind everything. Yeah, I just feel like it might disintegrate this whole BRICS thing. I don't feel like their money system is not, I don't feel like it's going to take over the world. I feel like that the Western world and the World Economic Forum won't let it, because they want to control things. There needs to be like a happy medium. We'll hear more about the financials thing next year. There's going to be more about that. But I feel like the world that we're going to be going into the next few months is just going to be a crazier place in where we are heading. There is an aspect, but I do feel like they want to change things up there. And they want to make things more tolerable for people too. Like, she does care about the people. I feel like the schooling there, something about the schooling is going to change, the way it's structured, the way it is. And I just feel like everything's a big cleanup. I see a big cleanup happening. A big cleanup and a big like cleansing happening there. There in India too. But I see everyone bowing to this lady, so I feel like this lady's pretty good. But there's people around her who don't want her to succeed, is what I feel like. So I'll do some cards as well. Which cards am I going to do for India? Let's do these cards. Let's have a look here. Here's my first image tarot deck. Let's have a look. What's happening with India? I just see a big earth. I don't know if there's a big earthquake or there's a divide happening, but it's like the ground is really like shaking. Like, I feel like there's going to be some bad natural disasters happening there. When it could even be like in February. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're going to need aid. Like, they're going to need help. They are coming into a very spiritual time, and it's like as I said, that they're watching the world. They're watching what everyone is doing, and they're trying to go from there. It's like, and I feel like they're going to help decide the most where it's going to suit them, like any country. But I feel like they're playing this really game of like cat and mouse. But I feel like there's something about their religion coming back to the forefront, or I don't know much about their religion, or it's just, but it's like they need to get back to basics, back to roots, so to their roots. I feel like that's also mental health. There's a trigger to do with mental health there, or people as a nation getting too much in their head. So I feel like they're gonna help whoever's. I feel like they're watching, and they will help whoever's there for them. They are trying to plant the seed. They are trying to be more prosperity, but they're playing. I just feel like they're playing a game of cat and mouse, and the game that they're playing can be quite disastrous if they don't play it wisely. At the moment, they've got their trust, but I feel like perhaps they're very religious. They're trusting their religion, and like their religion will come through or hold everything up. But it's also about showcasing it. Like, there's something about technology, but going back to how they used to be, or to their old gods, or what it is that they pray to. I just feel like there is an aspect of wanting that peace and harmony, but it's going to be quite tricky for them to actually get it in place. This lady has the power to really fulfill the dreams of the nation and to go forward. She has the strength, but I just feel like she's got some sharks around her, people that want her gone. But I feel like she's there for the people, she's not there for big business or for corporate takeovers, but she knows that things need to be cleaned up there, and she's just going to try her best to clean it up, I feel like. But June, July, there's going to be someone who's going to like threaten her, maybe leadership or something coming up with this. But in terms of the world, they're just sitting and watching and looking to see what's happening too. They're in a very shaky thing, but they are trying to make their mark on the world stage and trying to build the economy for themselves. It's going to be quite interesting what's coming up ahead for India. So that's my predictions for India. I know I get a lot of comments from around the world, and I've got to go back. I know someone's asked me for Mexico. I really want to do one for China. I feel like I need to do one for China to see where things going there. And I know someone put it for Berlin, and I think there's some other ones too. And I've got to look back at the comments to see. I've got to write a list out because I get new people looking at these videos and then putting comments down. Try and get to all your questions. I know, it just takes time. Bear with me. Okay, thank you for your likes, shares, and comments, and I will see you for my next video. So, bye for now.